Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's review day! Today I'm going to review the Senal PMC-II studio monitor speaker controller. What is a studio monitor speaker controller? That sounds like I'm just stringing a bunch of words together just to make it sound impressive. Like, oh, the studio monitor speaker control, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So here's the thing, folks. When you start editing video or editing music, you're going to need something to hook up your speakers to, right? Because I've got these JBL 305s here, a great studio monitor setup, but why do you need these things in the first place? Well, when you start editing music and audio and video, you think, oh, okay, I will just get my trusty earbuds. These are perfect. They sound great. I'm like a total pro with earbuds. Really? You really think you're that professional with earbuds? Now, that said, I've heard some music from guys and gals that they make incredible stuff, and they're able to get away from their headphones or get away with just earbuds like this. Finally, detangle it. And they do just fine. But eventually, as you're moving along, you think, you know, I'm really tired of having my head hooked up to these things. Let's see, left, right. You know, you plug that in. Oh, great. You plug that in your computer, you turn around, and the old, and he yanks your ears out. No good. So you decide, okay, I need to look for some better computer speakers. And you go to the local electronic shop, and they've got the Logitech, whatever, or I don't know, even Bose. And then they're okay. I mean, they definitely do serve a purpose. But then you come to the question of, what do professionals use in their setup when they're actually editing video or doing music or whatever? Two things: either stereo monitor speakers like this JBL 305 or professional headphones. I did another review to this Sony MDR 7506s. Those are pro. If you go into a television studio or a radio station, that is often what they use as their headphones. But when you've got these speakers like, oh, I'm a pro, I'm totally set up, and I'm going to turn this around, and you will notice on the back of this, they have, some kind of intimidating stuff. What's this 3-pin guy and that old school 1970s quarter-inch jack? What's that about? Well, that's what professionals use, because these are what are called balanced inputs. The theory of balanced inputs is that it's supposed to reduce or eliminate electronic noise from your environment. Does it work perfectly all the time? But that's just the way it is. However, when you see these big recording artists and their beautiful music and multi-million-dollar events, what do they actually go edit in the studio with? Professional headphones, not like Beats by Dre, professional like Sony MDRs, or they also monitor with this type of speaker. Now you say, Aaron, how the heck am I going to plug this into my computer? Even if I get a little converter jack, it's only one speaker. That's the rub. So you start looking around, and you look on B&H or Amazon or wherever, and you see these speakers, but then a lot of them will come with this Senal, I'm not exactly sure but what the exact name is. They'll come with this, and you wonder, why the heck do you need this? Ha! Good you might ask, Jeeves. So on this thing, this is what's called a passive audio attenuator, basically volume control. And this thing, what this does is this unit allows you to hook up your sound card or your, let's see, can you see it there? Yeah, let me move my big head. Your Scarlett i2, i4 audio interface or sound designs or whatever, and that allows you to go from their quarter-inch to the input, the input, and then you go to the output, when then that splits or attenuates a signal. If it's XLR, there's no splitting. This controller controls the volume, and then it goes out. But the huge advantage of this thing is you can actually run big old professional studio monitor speakers from your laptop. Like here, let me pull this guy. And while Apple hasn't gotten rid of the little audio jack yet, because wireless is perfect. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. You need analog hookups because, oh, my wireless Bluetooth setup. Do you really think any professional is going to edit with Bluetooth setup constantly in a television studio? If you think that, you've got something else coming to you. So you can actually hook up this little 1/8 inch jack. Now this is not professional, but you're editing a laptop. And you can actually hook into the input on this thing, which will then translate to split into the output. And you can actually drive professional monitor speakers with this Senal unit. How cool is that? From this little MacBook Air, they haven't gotten rid of the audio port yet, thank goodness. When they do, I don't even know what you can do, because now you, without that little weenie dongle on your iPhone, was it 8 or 10 or 11 or 20 or whatever, all of a sudden you're crippled because now you need that dongle, it doesn't work great. So you gotta get one of these things. They come in a very nice box, you know, all products should come in a very nice box, but they even have an instruction manual for this studio monitor controller that gives you how to hook this up, precautions. But the really nice thing in here is they actually give you, let me see if I can turn the light so it doesn't blow out there, the hookups, the impedance, the mismatch or the matching, total harmonic distortion, all that good stuff that you need to know to professionally use your equipment. Pretty handy. So now I'm going to show you what some other features are on this guy. So notice this here, let's wait for it to focus, are in these strange negative numbers. These are what are called decibel units, not just like volume 1 through 10. When you go to professional, all of a sudden you're going to have to start to learn about dB or decibels, and that's how you do volume. And you go from 0, which is full volume, 0 is full volume, and it's just how the math and engineering works. I've done engineering for 20 years. Believe me, it still kind of messes with your head, but you get used to it. And then all the way to the left, which is minus 85, so that's minus 85 dB down, pretty quiet. So that's how much this guy can drop. But the dial is so smooth. Completely silent. When you rotate this around, you don't hear, you just hear nothing. Also, because this unit is passive, there is no distortion, no additional effects, nothing theoretically that this box affects, or there's no way this box affects the audio sound performance coming out of your speakers. It's super great. Also, they had the forethought to put in a mute button. So if you need to click that, here, listen to this. If you all of a sudden you get blown out and you don't want to mess with the volume, you can just hit mute. One of the nice things about once you start editing your video is you don't want to mess with the volume constantly, because then that will affect your impression of how loud your audio tracks are, either in your video or your audio. So once you set this, and actually I kind of wish there was a little lock button so you can nudge it, but the dial is so big and the steps from minus 10 to 18, it's pretty fine. So all of a sudden I blast myself. I don't throw the dial down, I just hit mute. Pretty sweet. Also, they have a mono button because a lot of us, we like to listen even though it's supposed to be stereo. Yeah, right, total stereo command your phone. So Senal had the foresight to have a mono button in order for you to edit with this unit. So really, if you want to hook up your little laptop or even a big professional computer or an iMac or an iMac Pro or whatever the new Darth Vader trash can is coming out from Apple, we'll see. But this thing literally can do it all for you. A lot of times you buy it in a kit, you think, oh, why do I need it? Believe me, unless you have an audio interface board like the Scarlett over there or a professional sound card, You're going to need this. And once you've got it, you're like, oh, what was I doing before? Exactly. So some product like this, this is the one that's sold by B&H, by Amazon, by everybody. I think I said this, but Senal does not sponsor me. They do not pay me for these reviews. I get no cash back, which would be really nice, but I don't. I'm a motivational speaker, so hopefully I've entertained you. But the whole purpose for me is whenever I have equipment and gear that I like, that helps me out, I want to help you out so you can make the informed buying decision, so you don't have to go through the endless uber amount of review or research and things I did to finally figure this out. That's why I do these things, to help you out, to make your life better. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker and filmmaker in the deep, impressive voice. Yeah, right. Please like and comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. To hit the links for all these different products, this review, controller, all that, just hit the little arrow by YouTube. It'll drop down and there'll be text right there. Please hit subscribe if I didn't ask that already. Just hit subscribe, play the video, enjoy it. And then support my channel on PayPal, Venmo, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.